that we have this option of being able to get together and you know, talk about our community and really kind of get caught up on each other's you know, happenings. So I'm Leanne Aaron, and I am the Morgan County Family and Consumer Science Extension Agent, but I'm also the board chair for the Morgan County Family Connection Collaborative. So I'll be kind of managing our meeting this morning and really calling on Veldy to assist me throughout the morning. We've got a lot to talk about, some great information to hear. So I would like to start by asking you to sign in by typing your name and your agency in the chat box. That way Veldy can kind of capture that sign in sheet, if you will, so she can have that for her reports. And that will be very helpful. I see a lot of y'all have already started doing that. And hopefully at the end of the meeting, we will have an opportunity for each of you to share out some information about your organization. And we'll try to get to that if time permits. But I see some of you are, you know, typing in the chat box about things that you have to offer, and that's great too. So that's a great opportunity. So I'm going to officially call our meeting to order and welcome you again. And make sure that if you're not speaking, you are muted, because we know the telephone's going to ring. People are going to, you know, check in on you if you're at the office. And so that way we can just kind of control that background noise throughout the morning. So we're going to start the meeting with our coordinators report. So I'm going to call on Veldy to update us on several of the things. Hopefully you've got your agenda in front of you, and we'll start with the back to school rally.
Okay, thank you, Leanne, for kicking us off this morning and opening us up. It is indeed an honor to be able to, and a pleasure to be able to come and share updates with you regarding what we have been doing over the last few months here at the Morgan County Family Connection, and actually to officially welcome you to our first collaborative meeting of the FY21 year. We ended up our last year in June 30th with our FY20 year, and so this is our actual first official meeting for the new fiscal year. So welcome, and so glad to have each of you able to join us this morning. I do want to just kind of briefly go over some of the things that we have been doing over the summer, and to highlight, well, not necessarily the summer, but some things that we have kind of did since we last met. And we'll start off, as Leanne said, with updates from the, well, let me just say this. Again, this is our first meeting for our fiscal 2021 year. And just wanted to kind of highlight to you our annual plan at a glance. And for those who attended our State of the Morgan Forum, you may have seen this, but I want to show it to you, just to let you know what we're going to be focusing on this year as we move forward. You will see that pretty much we are still focusing on many of the same things we did last year. Nothing has really changed. And this is based upon our team coming together earlier in January of this year to kind of lay out what our focus is going to be. And based upon the data and based upon what partners were seeing with the families that they serve, this is where we kind of landed for this particular year. So with the first strategy, you'll see kind of in the middle page, we have strategy one, which is our Children Safe and Family Strong strategy, and the different initiatives and partners that partner with us to make this possible. Do want to highlight one thing on that, and that's our baby bulldog early literacy program. And basically that is going to be a small portion of a larger community-wide literacy initiative that we're partnering with the school system on. And looking to, right now we have become a part of the Get Georgia Reading campaign. And basically that campaign is to really get the partners involved in making sure that all students are on grade level reading by the time they reach third grade, because we know that that's an indicator for so many different successes in students' life. So we're in the early part of that. Again, we just started and became a part of the Get Georgia Reading initiative. And we'll be working with, I'll be a part of the district-wide literacy team with the school system as they look to pursue the L4GA grant coming up, I think, next year. So we're excited about that. That's the only thing I think I want to highlight with that particular strategy 2, you'll see the different partners like educated and working community, the different partners and initiatives that we have going on with that. And then the last strategy is our youth development strategy, which includes the back to school rally, which I will talk about now. As you all know, back in July, and usually in July, we have our big community event, the back to school rally, where we have partners and hundreds of families that come out, but we had to do it a little bit differently this year because of the pandemic. But we were thankful that we had some partners that came along and sponsored, helped sponsor this event this year, AmeriGroup, CareSource, and First Readers of Morgan County. And because of them and then all of the donations we got from community partners, we were able to get hundreds of supplies, over 500 backpacks, and they were distributed at the different schools. And so that was really a blessing for our community. And so we thank each of you for being a part of that. And you just kind of see pictures here of all the bags and supplies that were donated by our wonderful community. So thank you all for making that happen, coming together even when we had to do things a little bit differently this year. The other thing I wanted to share with you is our State of Morgan Forum that we had on last month. We always each year come together to just hear what's going on in Morgan County. And to be honest, I was really moved by, even though I enjoyed all of the forums that we've had previously, I was really moved by this particular forum just because of the, it just really showed the spirit of One Morgan, that despite struggles, despite hardships, that regardless of what organization you're with, government, elected official, community leader, school system, hospital, whatever, that we're all One Morgan, that we're in this together, that our heart and mind and spirit is with making sure we have families and children and a community that is strong and have the resources that they need. So I was really moved by this, and I thank all of our partners for coming together. If you did not have a chance to join us for that particular forum, it is shared on the Morgan County Family Connection YouTube channel, so you can just go to Google Morgan County YouTube, Morgan County Family Connection, and you should be able to see that link. But again, there's a lot of great information that was shared. The last thing that I want to share with you is just how we ended our fiscal year, our expenditure report for the end of the year last year. And for those of you, I just wanted you to be aware of our budget. Family Connection is a line item in the Georgia state budget, and for the fiscal year 20, we were granted $50,000. And we had been working years to get back up to that $50,000 level. So last year, we finally made it back up to $50,000. And you can kind of see here that we spent every single cent of that $50,000, which was, again, thankful to our legislators for bringing it back up to that level. Just this year, I wanted you to know that right now, we started off originally because of the recommended or the initial request for all agencies to reduce their budget by 14%. We started off this year working with a budget of about $43,000, but we are going to be fortunate enough to be able to move that number back up. So this year we're going to have a little less than the $50,000 here in Morgan County. We're going to be working with about $47,000, but with the partners that we have on board, I'm sure that we can continue to do the work that we do. So again, just wanted to share with you our expenditure report so you know kind of all the things that you saw in our annual plan, the initiatives and things that we're doing. We make that work with the $50,000 and you as our partners with the great resources and in-kind services, sponsorships that make it possible. So I thank you. So with that said, I will turn it back over to Leanne.
Thank you, Veldy. We really, I mean, you know, reports are reports, but that really just shows how strong we are as a collaborative and how important it is for everybody to come together. So thank you for that update. We do have a little bit of new business. So each year, Veldy has to complete a self-assessment. And so this is for the state office, and it helps to gauge how well the annual plan has been implemented. And that would be for the previous year, and that's due September 30th. So that is something that she is working on. Veldy, is there anything else you need to say about that particular report?
No, that's it. Again, each year is due the end of September, and I just kind of reach out to different partners with any questions that I have regarding completing that report. It's just a way for us to again gauge how well we did with our previous plan and how we can get stronger in order to meet the objectives and the benchmarks that we have established.
Perfect. All right, well, I'm going to remind y'all again that if you are not talking, to mute yourself, because we're going to move into our agency spotlight, and we definitely want to be able to hear about this really cool program and opportunity that we have for our community. It's my pleasure to introduce to you all Misty Manus, who is a native to Barrow County. She's been married to her husband Chris for 20 years. They have 6 children ranging in age from 27 to 6. Chris and Misty formerly served as foster parents in their local community for over 8 years and adopted 3 of their children from foster care. Through their fostering, Misty developed the desire to further her education and is currently in college working toward her bachelor's degree in the human service field. Misty currently works full-time with Primerica in Duluth, where she's been employed for 20 years. Along with being a dedicated foster parent, Misty has also served as the president of the Barrow County Foster Adoptive Parent Association and as a CASA volunteer. Prior to being appointed as the executive director of Adventure Bags Incorporated, she served as the fundraiser coordinator and has been involved with Adventure Bags Incorporated since the organization began in 2011. Misty also continues to be a valuable support for foster parents within our community. And Adventure Bags Incorporated currently serves 132 counties across the state and has served over 40,000 children since it began in 2011. And the organization currently partners with over 150 agencies in order to distribute their bags. And really looking forward to hearing more about this program. So I'm going to turn it over to Misty and let her tell us all about it. Misty?
Good morning, and thank you all for having me. We're super excited to be a part of your collaborative and honored to be spotlighted. So basically, as was stated, Adventure Bag started in 2011, and we have been going strong since then. The idea of Adventure Bags began when our founder's daughter had to take a trip to LA to pick up a sibling group of 3. And when they got there at the airport, they found themselves taking custody of these children with all their belongings in trash bags. Well, as you know, you can't board a plane with a trash bag. So one of the children fell ill, and so Debbie's daughter and her co-workers went through the airport and found a shop to where they could purchase the overnight essentials that were needed to care for these kids until they could get medical clearance for the sick child. So you can imagine the cost of those bags to get everything that was needed to care for the children. The following day, once they received the medical clearance, as they were walking through the airport, she noticed the youngest child, who was 3 years old. This backpack was a full-size backpack, and it was about as big as the little girl. But the little girl was so proud of her backpack, and it was hers, and no one was going to take it away from her. And it had everything that was needed to care for her. So when she came back, she began to share this story with our founder, Debbie, and Debbie was like, you know, no one's belongings should be in a trash bag, especially children. So that's how Adventure Bags began. Debbie took it from 2011 until last year. We unfortunately lost Debbie last year to cancer, but she was a one-woman show. She ran this organization night and day, and you know, we are just continuing her legacy. So what goes in the backpacks? Basically, the backpacks consist of overnight essentials. Each bag is age and gender appropriate. and it comes with the overnight essentials that are required or needed to care for a child within that initial 24 to 48 hours of them entering foster care, being placed into a domestic violence shelter, losing their home to a fire, or facing homelessness. So, shampoo, toothpaste, toothbrush, deodorant for our teenagers. Along with those essentials, we also provide security items and comfort items, such as a blanket and a stuffed animal. Each child, toddler and up, get a coloring book and crayons. Our teenagers, they get journals. And what I love about this program is through the years, as Miss Debbie would get phone calls from the children to thank her for the bags, she would always, have a conversation with them. And she would always ask them, what was your favorite thing in that bag? And then she would follow it with, what would you like to see in that bag? So there was one teenage boy, and he said that he really liked the crossword puzzle. He's like, I forgot how fun those things were. And then there was a young man who was probably, he was maybe 8, 9 years old. He followed up with, he would like to see a flashlight because he gets scared at night. So now every one of our bags, from 5 to 9 to the teen tweens, get flashlights. Our teenage bags, both of the girls and boys, get the activity books, whether it's crossword puzzle or word find, Sudoku, such as that. And then finally, in these crisis moments, these kids really need something to call their own. So that's what these bags provide. But, they also need like toys. So we include a small surprise bag that includes, 3 to 5 small toys, whether it be a Matchbox car for our teenagers, a deck of cards, for our little girls, they may get a Barbie doll. And so, again, these bags are built to offer security and comfort to a child in crisis, which is what our slogan is. So let's talk about what a crisis is. Obviously, during this pandemic, we're all meeting virtual versus in person. We began to explore and think about what defines a crisis. We know foster care, entering a domestic violence shelter, facing homelessness, losing your home to a fire, those are all crisis situations. But if we think about it, all of our kids during this pandemic are in a crisis mode. None of this is familiar to them. Their worlds have been turned upside down. So what we did at the beginning of this pandemic is we reached out to our local school systems, and the children who, I don't know how else to define them other than maybe underprivileged, the children who are enrolled in your free and reduced lunch programs. So we partnered with our local school system, and we provided backpacks for children who fall in that criteria because, for whatever reason, this pandemic, mom or dad could have been, become unemployed or what have you. And we wanted to make sure that those kids, no matter how uncertain things were in this time, that they felt security and comfort. So then we took it a step further. Okay, we've got the kids taken care of, but what about our elderly? This is during the shelter in place. Our elderly, they were unable to get out and do their essential shoppings. So what we did was we created elderly bags that consisted of shampoo, conditioner, soap, washcloth, an activity book, either a blanket or a pair of socks. And then we partnered with our local senior center and provided bags for those elderlies, along with our local housing authority for obviously, the elderly that were housed with that organization as well. So, it's easy for us to say that this foundation, or not this foundation, but this organization was founded on foster care. But we're learning as we go through this that we have to adapt to the needs of our communities. And that's again, another thing that I love about this organization is that we are flexible and we are able to serve those that are in need, no matter what their crisis situation is. So that's pretty much what I have. Does anyone have any questions?
Yes, I have a question. Can you hear me?
I can, yes, sir.
Okay. What counties are you in? You said it was 100 plus counties? I mean,
We
I don't
are.
name 100 plus counties, but are you in?
We do serve Morgan County, to be specific. And because we are based out of what we call Region 5, you know, in the defects world, that's our home region, and that's, although we're across 132 counties, you know, that's our focus. I mean, we gotta take care of our own first, if that makes any sense at all. We have reached out to Morgan County school systems in hopes that we could provide these bags, and that was another thing I was going to mention. So thank you for bringing that up. So as we return to school this fall, we reached out to Barrow County school systems and said, hey, how would you guys like to have our bags in your counselor's office in the event, you know, during this pandemic? I'll use myself as an example. My husband and I have been fortunate to be able to work, you know, through this pandemic. But had that not been so, I may have been contacting the local agency to help provide essentials to my own children. So we thought that, you know, our teachers and our counselors are on the front line when it comes to our children. So why not have these bags on hand? So if they see Sally coming into the school, you know, 3 days in a row with the same clothes on, it may not be a neglect or an abusive situation. It may be a poverty situation or a pandemic situation. So why don't we help that family, you know, as much as we can? So we're hoping to hear back from Morgan County so that we can also do that same thing as we've done for Barrow County.
Hi, Misty. This is Karen Robertson with the Madison Morgan County Boys and Girls Club. Thank you so much for what you all are doing with Adventure Bags. We are always looking for service projects for our middle and high school age kids for our character and citizenship leadership clubs. I know due to COVID restrictions, we're all operating a little differently, but would there perhaps be an opportunity for our kids to do some type of supply drives where we could collect some of the items that you have on your list for the bags and supply those to you?
Absolutely. We would love that. That's one of the fun things that we do, and we really enjoy, is we like to encourage the community, you know, organizations such as yourself to hold those drives, not only hold those drives, but then bring those items and deliver them. And then we will have what we call a packing party. And although we are, you know, in the pandemic, we are operating a little bit differently, like you said. So, you know, instead of having a group of 10 or 15 kids come in and help pack bags, we may have to limit that to 5 to 10. And we may have to do that, you know, a couple of times to get everybody involved. But that was one thing that Miss Debbie always did, is she truly believed in teaching children to have a servant's heart and to give back to their community. So each time a child comes in and packs a bag, we allow them to put their handprints on our wall to signify that they've made a difference in their community. Now, we recently in April relocated to a bigger and better facility. And then of course we've been in a pandemic, so we have no handprints on our walls. So we would love that opportunity to partner with you guys. And I'll be honest with you, we have partnered with the Boys and Girls Club in Atlanta and actually provided bags for them as well. So that's another way that we could partner, because just like our school system, you guys are on the front line. You see those kids, you know, you'll be able to spot those red flags before anyone else. So we would love the opportunity to provide bags for you guys to have on hand. So if you're interested, just let me know.
Thank you so much. I'll be in touch.
Thank you.
This is Wayne Myers again. I'd piggyback on Karen's comment. I'm with First Readers of Morgan County, so we'd be glad to provide books, Karen, for you to pack, for the Morgan County kids. We have that whole age range. We don't cover elementary school kids, but we can get books for elementary school kids. So
Well, that is phenomenal. If you'll go to our Facebook page and look, we've had an outcry for books. The hardest age group that we find that is the teen tweens. It's so hard. And then we have to take into consideration the type of children that we're targeting. And so we have to be careful with what type of books we do put in the bags. But books are definitely, for our older children, are very low.
Okay.
Low. So we would greatly appreciate that. Thank you.
All right. Karen, just let me know whenever you need, we can get the books to you and you can do the packing, right?
Absolutely. Thank you, Dr. Myers.
Oh, you're welcome.
Do we have any other questions for Misty? There is a note in the chat box, and it's RJ John's phone, so I'm not sure exactly who that is, but said that they have tons of activity books and crayons that they're willing to donate as well. So,
hello, yeah, this is Reggie from Care Source. Yeah, that's me. I had to switch to my phone.
Okay, good, Reggie. All right.
Thank you so much, Reggie.
No, not a problem.
And I did look at y'all's website yesterday, and it's very well done.
Thank you.
But so it's really easy to find you all. I don't know if you want to type your, I don't know if you have, because I hadn't scrolled back up, but if you want to type your email in the chat box or your website so people can easily connect with you, Misty. Sounds like a lot of great collaboration can come from your presentation today. So thank you for being here and taking the time to share with us your amazing outreach and program.
Thank you so much, Leanne. And I did want to mention one more thing. So obviously, as a nonprofit, most of you know that we operate solely on donations and volunteers and fundraising. This coming Saturday, we have our 9th annual motorcycle ride here in Barrow County. It will also be our first annual Debbie Gorey Memorial Ride in memory of our founder. So if anyone is interested, I'm not sure if anybody rides, but it's an amazing opportunity to come together, and we will be following COVID guidelines. So no worries there. But again, it takes fundraising for obvious reasons to continue to serve these kids. So I just wanted to throw that out there and invite anybody that would like.
Perfect. Thank you so much. All right, we are going to move into our strategy team reports. And so we're going to start with the Children Safe and Family Strong focus. And we're going to hear from Maria first with our Morgan County Parents as Teachers. Maria, you want to give us an update?
Thank you. Yes, good morning, everyone. My name is Maria Arellano, and in this meeting, I would like to provide you the most recently updates of Parents as Teacher program. First of all, we're working building relationships and trust through virtual home visits right now. I know and we know that it's not the same as face-to-face visits, but this allows home visitors and families to connect each other and talk about how to assist children to be more successful during this time. So of course, for a successful virtual visit, we have to prepare our plan. We have to plan checking the best time for the family, the best way to contact family, sharing, review goals for children this year, and work on them. Reassure children physical and emotional health, reconnect, having constantly communication with the family's needs so we can help them or find a way to assist them with referrals and all kind of help that we can provide these visitors. We have a great news that our new grant is accepted, and we will start next month, October 2020. Also, for me, working from home, it's giving me the opportunity to attend a lot of beneficial trainings and webinars. I will share with the families and practice with them to get the best result for them. On July, we exited 3 children that they completed successfully kindergarten. And however, these are the most recently updates. Some of them, because I have a lot of days, but these are the most recently updates that I have today. Thank you very much and be safe.
Great. Thank you, Maria. Next, we will hear from Brittany Thompson with Project Free. Brittany?
Good morning. Can you hear me? Because I had to transition to another device. Okay, great. Well, we concluded our, of course, like many of you, the transition to a virtual format due to COVID-19. So this summer, and so we concluded our programming for our Elevate classes, which is for our committed couples, as well as for our Together We Can, for our parents who are parenting apart. And it's been a great success, and it's taught us really great things as we refocus and shift. We are waiting to hear very, very soon, by the end of this month, the status of our renewal for our grant. And so what I can definitely update you on is some of the great things that we look forward to with the renewal of our grant, pending that we hear successfully from our funder. And that is that we're going to reach out to organizations across the state. We're just now no longer planning to be focused in the 12 county region, but this is just not for you as our current partners, but for your partners as well across the state. And we also will be expanding as far as offering programs for families and to first responders and our military families. But even more so, very, very soon, we're definitely going to have this. Please be on the lookout for an invitation to join us for our virtual victory celebration in October. We've had the most, glorious and successful 5 years of our grant thus far. And so we do want to appreciate you and to share in our celebration, and also in more in detail, you'll get an idea and a scope of all of the services that we provided, as well as how you have helped us and enable us to reach the families in your region. So thank you. And if you have any questions, please email me a text.
Okay, thank you, Brittany. That's exciting to know that y'all are going to be able to go statewide. So we look forward to hearing more about that. We're going to move into the youth development reports now, and I'm going to share with you all about the teen maze. And so we do have permission, and several of you that have been involved in the past, or all of you that have been involved in the past, should have received an email from my co-worker Shannon Cagle. It came at the end of August that they have gotten permission to have the teen maze, which is decisions determine destinies. And so hopefully everything will continue to improve with the pandemic. By the time we're able to have the teen maze, we do have on the calendar Thursday, April 1st is the setup day, and then Friday, April 2nd will be the actual teen maze. And for those of you that may not be familiar, this is for every 9th grader in the county, and it is held at the Freshman Academy's gym. And it's really a simulation of life, and how the decisions you make early on really determine where you're going in the future. The first planning meeting will be Wednesday, January 6th. at 4 o'clock, and we will keep you posted on the location of that meeting, whether it be virtual or in person. But we really appreciate all the partners that we've had over the years. And if you haven't been involved and want to be involved, you can email me. You can email Shannon Cagle. Our emails are pretty easy. It's usually just, hers is scagle@uga.edu, and she really is the one that heads it up in our office. I also want to just go ahead and give an update on extension in general while I'm here, so I don't have to speak again. We do have our 8th annual Morgan County 4-H fruit bearing plant sale fundraiser going on now through October 30th. You can find the order form on our website, Morgan County 4-H, and then the pickup for these will be in November 6th and 7th. So if you're interested in any fruit bearing trees or bushes, that's a really great fundraiser. And again, you can find the information on our website for those. So kind of give you that about the teammates and what's happening with extension in general there. All right, next we're going to move to the anti-bullying social. If we have a representative from the Sheriff's Department to speak to us about this program.
Hey, it's Stephanie Mitchell. Good morning. Yeah, just wanted to let you know, so due to the pandemic, the anti-bullying social has been canceled for this year. You know, hopefully next year we can have it again, but as of right now, we're not doing it. So, but yep.
Okay, thank you, Stephanie, for that update. So we'll
Thank you.
look for that next year. Hopefully we can get back to some normalcy then. Next, we'll go into the educated and working community. And so we'll start with the manufacture ready and other workforce development programs if we have a representative that wants to speak on that behalf.
Hey, good morning, Leanne. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, great. This is Sid Jessup with WorkSource Georgia, Northeast Georgia Regional Commission, WIA program in the 12 county area. Money is very tight right now. Our current funding was cut again this year just a little bit. And what we've done is we've worked a waiting list and have enrolled some new students, and the remaining funds right now are the remaining funds that were left after those additional students is being to support students that were already in a program. So we have written a couple of extra grants that we hope to hear from soon, and hopefully we will receive some additional funding there so that we can provide some additional training. What we're asking folks that are interested in trying to receive some of our training dollars is at this point in time, if folks could try to reach back out to us maybe in December or January. Hopefully we'll have some additional funds by then, and we will also let you all know. I'll let Veldy know, once those grants come in and what that sort of looks like. So things are just really, really tight right now.
Thank you, Sid, for the update, and hope the grants come through as planned for. Next, Michelle Ramsey, do you want to update us on Foothills Charter School?
Hi, Leanne. Can you hear us? Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Hi. Look, I'm just a guest today. I actually work at the district office, but I used to work at the Morgan site, and Foothills is still going strong in person and virtually. We serve, 9th through 12th graders. We actually have 17 sites. Morgan is one of those, but we're enrolling students who we serve students at night from 4 to 9, Monday through Thursday. So I just wanted to come and see what's happening. Some of our graduates are looking for jobs, and so my role is actually to help our graduates with the next step, whether it's going to college or military or working. So just wanted to join you today, and I appreciate you letting me join and learn what's going on in Morgan County.
thank you, Michelle, for being here and giving us that information about Foothills. Glad it's going well and is successful. At this point, we are going to move into our collaborative partner updates, and I'm going to turn that over to Veldy to handle that so that everybody's not trying to talk at once. We can do it in a kind of organized fashion. So, Veldy.
Okay. What I'm going to do is allow people to, I'm just going to go down the list if I can enlarge my screen here and allow people to share. So I'm just going to go across my screen. So if I get out of order, if I skip over you, please definitely chime in. I'm going to start because the person I see on my screen first is Candace Robertson. So I'm going to go ahead and ask Candace if you would share. And we do have a good many people on the call, on the phone this morning. So in the email, you should have got an email, everyone, to say, kind of keep it to 2 minutes. Just give us your best highlights and your best update. But we do want to definitely know what's going on. So Candace, let's start with you.
Good morning, everyone. We're still, working virtual from home. We've been serving a lot of people affected due to COVID and helping with rent, utilities, and we're doing employment support. Right now, I'm working on community gardens, and we're doing senior gardens because a lot of people are doing gardening now, due to the COVID. So we're providing gardens for our seniors. I think Brenda is going to be introducing. We do have a new coordinator that we're training her. She just started, so she's going to be taking over my position in Morgan County. And because I do have 3 counties, so I'll still be, running Barrow and Walton. And so we're excited to have her on board. And y'all can still contact me, I put my information in the chat, my phone number, my email. So if you have any questions, any families in need, please just, have them contact me or, or Shanice. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Candace. I'm going to let Megan go now from Morgan Medical Center. She has to jump off in a couple of minutes. I'm going to go ahead and ask Megan if you would share at this time.
Thank you, Veldy. Can y'all see and hear me? I'm having a little bit of trouble with my computer. It looks like the video may be off. Is that better?
Yes.
Okay, good. As Veldy said, I am Megan Morris, and I am with Morgan Medical Center here in town, and just wanted to give you guys a quick update. As you know, COVID is still a thing, and so we are continuing to see COVID patients, but I will say we've seen the numbers trending down over the last week, 2 weeks. We're interested to see what the Labor Day holiday is going to do to that. So, we're going to be watching that closely for another week or two just to kind of see how that plays out as folks were together for family gatherings and things of that nature. But we are still ready and able to serve patients as needed. With that, we do house some COVID patients here if the need requires it. So we're not automatically shipping all patients that are diagnosed with COVID to other facilities. That's only in circumstances where they need some higher level care with some continual specialists. So we're able to take care of a lot of them here at home. We actually have our weekly COVID meeting at 10 o'clock, so that's why I'm going to have to get off. But I can tell you as of last week, we had run right at 1,100 tests. 225 of those were positive. So I'm sure those numbers have gone up a little bit in the past week, but I don't think it's been real significant. We've done a couple of new things in the last few weeks here. We now have, you guys may have heard us talk about our hospitalist program that we implemented a few years ago, where we had a mid-level on the floor, so a nurse practitioner or a PA, and they worked underneath the ER physician, so that's who provided their oversight. Just about 3 weeks ago, we actually started a true 24/7 hospitalist, meaning we now have a physician on the floor 24 hours a day. Excuse me. So those physicians stay here in an apartment on the campus around the clock, and they take, a couple day shifts at a time. So that has really increased patient safety, patient satisfaction, quality of care, because all hours of the day or night, there is a physician, not just in the emergency department, but actually on the floor available to provide care to those patients. So it's also allowed us to care for a different patient type and slowly moving towards where we can actually do surgeries and then house patients here following the surgery. Right now, most of our surgeries are done on an outpatient basis. So that's been a huge improvement. We've gotten lots of really good reviews from patients who have been in the hospital in the last few weeks and seen that new initiative kind of firsthand and witnessed how it's working. Danielle Cannington was one of our nurse practitioners. You guys, some of you may have known her because she lives locally, but she has now joined the upstairs physician practice. So Morgan Physician Services, that's Dr. Robert Pepper's office, now has Danielle Cannington seeing patients as well. So if you've been looking for a physician or looking for a provider here locally and don't have one, I would encourage you to give them a call and schedule an appointment. Danielle's great. Many of you may know her, and of course she's going to be working right underneath Dr. Robert. So a great option there. One other thing we have had to put off, as you guys know, many of our events since COVID hit. We are excited that we are not actually going to have to be putting off our December event, which is the Love Light Tree. We're just going to be changing it a little bit. So it's going to be more of, still going to be Love Light Tree, but also incorporating a festival of trees. Our auxiliary is still working on that and finalizing the plans for it, but there will be an option where individuals can drive through the hospital parking lot, see lit trees that are sponsored by local businesses or local civic groups or others who want to be involved. So we're really excited about adding to the holiday spirit, giving people something that they can do rather than just saying, hey, we can't have this. We're changing it up a little bit, and also give people an opportunity to support the hospital who typically like to do so and just haven't been able to because all of the events and such have been canceled this year. We do have some new physicians on staff. We have added an additional orthopedist who will be doing cases here, Dr. Clinton Ashford out of Athens. And then we also are working with some plastic surgeons who are interested in doing procedures here in our OR. So we should have some exciting news coming from that as well. If any of you have questions or concerns or you just want to talk, you're welcome to call or email me. Veldy has my contact information. You could also put it in the chat box here, but I'm actually going to be stepping away from my computer shortly, so I may not see it. But I would just encourage you to reach out to me directly if you have any questions or things that we can be of assistance with. Other than that, that's all I have.
Thanks, Megan. Some great information. Okay, Dr. Myers, I see you are next on my screen.
Okay, well, good morning. I just wanted to let everyone know that we have fallen behind in our registrations. Like everyone else, we've been impacted by events that we're able to go to and get kids registered. So if you know any kids under the age of 5 or any newborns in the county, please have them go to firstreaders.org. There is a place to sign up for the kids there. So we want to make up that deficit. We're about 100 kids off from last year. So everybody please work on that, because it's great to get those free books in the home, and especially now since kids are at home a lot, books are a great thing to have in the home. So hopefully you can get that going. That's all I have.
Okay, thanks so much for sharing. Okay, the next person I have is Renee Spire.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, good. Good morning, everybody. I'm Renee Spires, and I'm the one-stop coordinator for this region. I'm part of WorkSource Georgia, and I'm housed at the Athens Department of Labor. So I work in partnership with some awesome partners, some of which are on the line with us this morning, WIOA and Department of Labor, Vocational Rehab, the technical colleges, DFACS, the Athens Community Council of Aging for the 55 older community that are seeking employment and so forth. So I work with some awesome partnerships in the area. Because I'm housed at the Department of Labor, I wanted to make sure, I think y'all are aware, but the Department of Labor is not open to the public right now. So we can't have people coming in, and I'm not, of course, able to go out in the community as I was before. However, if there are things that I can help connect folks with, kind of our goal is to work with folks that we believe in order to have healthy families, that the caretakers or those in charge of those families are gainfully employed or educated. So as Sid had mentioned a few minutes ago, I know that funding is very tight. Some cutbacks with WIOA at this point in time, but Department of Labor is still working strong. Staff are here in the offices. We've continued to be in the office. We just don't have anybody out from the communities in our office. But if there are things that I can help you with, folks that you know in your community that are needing assistance, maybe needing help in seeking a job, I know that there are a lot of opportunities and several companies in your community and surrounding counties that are or will be hiring in the near future. So I know Veldy does have my contact information. My email address is renee.spires@gdol.ga.gov. And I'm more than happy to talk with anybody if you want to reach out. If there's something that I can do or help with our partnership to serve you, we are happy to do so. Thank you.
Thanks so much, Renee, for sharing. And if you would, if you haven't already, please type your information, contact information to the chat box, just in case someone didn't catch it. Shanice Cohen is next on my screen. Okay.
Hello, everyone. I had planned to introduce Shanice. This is Brenda Dove with Action Incorporated, if that's okay.
Yes.
Shanice just started with us last week, and we are extremely pleased to have her. She's in training now. And Shanice will be working in our Morgan County office as well as in our Oconee County office, and and Greene County. So she's actually will be covering 3 counties. And she has a lot of experience that she brings to Action. She previously worked at Advantage as a vocational rehabilitation specialist, and she has a bachelor's in business administration from Fort Valley State University. So she has a great education and experience that she's bringing to the table with Action and in training now. And we'll begin actively working with our participants within the next couple of weeks. And we are serving a lot of, like Candy said, a lot of our participants through remotely, but we plan to be back in the offices hopefully within the next 2 weeks on October 1st. And Shanice, do you want to add anything?
Not really. I just look forward to working with each and every one of you, and thank y'all.
Thank you.
Well, welcome, Shanice. We look forward to working with you as well. Okay, let's see who I have next on the screen. I'm gonna let Reginald go next. I don't see how I can.
Hey, Veldy.
Okay.
Hey, yeah, good morning. Thank you. Yeah, I'm sorry. I actually had to run an errand this morning. I left my phone charger, and I'm just keep going off. So I wanted to, share and speak to everybody before I got kicked off. But yeah, so my name is Reginald Johnson. I am the community education representative for CareSource. Just wanted to let everybody know I will be reaching out to some of you who deal with the senior population. I know October is in like 2 weeks. So that's going to start open enrollment for the Medicare population. And we actually have our Medicare plan that we're bringing into the market. So we have a Medicare rep who will be covering Morgan County. So I will be introducing someone to y'all to provide that. And also starting in November with the Affordable Care Act open enrollment, we have actually CareSource, we expanded into Morgan County. And so I know some of you who either get your insurance through the marketplace or who have organizations who employ people who get their insurance through the marketplace, or if you have any of your people that you serve who get that, I actually have information. I did put my information in the chat box. And also, if anybody has any questions, you can just log on to the website, caresource.com/GA. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, Reginald, for sharing. And again, if you need to contact Reginald, his information is in the chat box. Allison Hawk, you're next on my list.
Hi, my name is Allison Hawk. I'm with Oconee Valley Healthcare in Greensboro. We have a couple of updates. We do have our telehealth is still available for patients who don't necessarily want to come into our office. We have a sick clinic just for seasonal sicknesses, patients that are showing COVID symptoms. It's open 4 days a week. And we have a couple of new providers that we've welcomed to our team. We have Dr. Benjamin Goodrow. He is working out of our wellness center down at Harbor Club. And we have Dan Cadwallader, who is a physician's assistant and is working out of our Milledgeville office. That's it.
Okay, thank you so much for sharing. Next, we want to hear from Tina Ratliff. Hold up, let me find you. Hey, Tina.
Hello, good morning. Thanks for having me. I'm Tina Rathy from Lighthouse Care Center of Georgia, Augusta. And we are a psychiatric hospital for kids ages 5 to 17 for kids that are in crisis. This month is National Suicide Prevention Month. And we want to just get out the word. If anyone has a child that's in crisis, just give us a call. We can help with transport, and we carry most all insurances. We also have a long-term care facility for kids that have been in and out of acute stabilization that need a little bit longer stay, 30, 60, 90. And we have a school that's on site, and all of their credits are transferred back to the school that they come from. Right now, we do have a couple of beds open. We are getting a lot more kids here recently. So just give me a call anytime. I'll put my number on the screen, or I actually put the hospital number on the screen. So give us a call if you have a crisis. We appreciate y'all.
Thank you so much for sharing, Tina. Karen is next, Boys and Girls Club.
Good morning, everyone. This is Karen Robertson with the Madison Morgan County Boys and Girls Club. Enjoyed hearing from everyone this morning. Just wanted to share that our Boys and Girls Club is open. We opened on August the 31st, and obviously, just as you all know, due to COVID restrictions, we are limiting the number of members that we're serving. So currently we serve 22 members in kindergarten through 12th grade. We do have 3 slots available for 4th and 5th grade members. So if you know of any kids who are needing after school care, we do provide our after school program. Those that are in Morgan County schools can be transported to the Boys and Girls Club by school bus. The club is open Tuesday through Friday until 6 p.m. each day for our after school program. If they are wanting to enroll in the club and are in another grade level where we currently don't have openings, we could place them on a waiting list. We're limiting our numbers certainly due to COVID, as you all are aware. One thing I would like to say is that we are always looking at this time for virtual facilitators. Because of restrictions, we can't have guests or volunteers as we used to have in the past come into the club due to safety reasons. But we are looking for organizations that would like to connect with our members through some virtual sessions, whether that be doing a cooking demonstration, whether that's doing a sewing demonstration, a healthy lifestyles demonstration, anything character and leadership related. we're looking for that facilitator. So if you all would be interested and you enjoy working with kids and you don't have a problem having a fun session virtually, then we're looking for you. So my contact information is 706-342-1117. You can also reach me at krobertson@bgcncg.com, and I'll place my information in the chat box. Thank you all so much.
Thanks so much for sharing, Karen. We will next hear, I'm going to ask Stephanie Mitchell. She shared that there was not, the anti-bullying event was not going to happen, but just if she wanted to share anything, any other highlights from the Sheriff Department. Stephanie, is there anything going on you would like to share? Okay, I don't know whether she's talking because she's muted. So we'll come back to Stephanie. That's Mr. Peter Wabell. He's next on my list. If he had anything he wanted to share this morning. And if I pass over you and you did want to share and was having trouble unmuting, we can come back to you. Okay, there's someone with the initials PB. I'm not sure who that is, but didn't know if you wanted to share this morning. The initials PB.
Velda, it's Pam Binford.
Hey, Pam.
Good morning, everyone. This is Pam Binford. I'm a school social worker for Morgan County School System. I have a couple of things. We are in school. We've been in school face to face for about 85% of our students since August 6th. We have had students that have quarantined due to exposure at school and at home, but we've had a great opening to the beginning of the school year, and most of our students are working well with the virtual program at home. We'll be out of school on September 25th and 28th for digital learning days. We have a couple of those for the next couple of months so that students will be working from home, expected to work from home on those days, and teachers will have time to regroup and come up with further virtual lessons and regular lessons for the next month. And we'll be out for fall break, October 5th through the 9th. So students will be at home, not expected to work during that time. We're offering meals for students that are 18 years old down to 2 years old because of the extra funding from the USDA. And anyone can order those meals. There's a form on our website that they can order those if they're not in school. So it's anyone who's 18 and under, down to 2 years old. They are offering those meals for students that are not in school. They can pick them up on Mondays for the whole week. I'm also working with Family Ties through the Senior Center, and we have not been meeting in person with those families, but we are sending out resources to them and checking in with them at least once a month. If anyone has any resources that we would need to give to the seniors, please let us know about those. You can contact me or Mary Nunn at the Morgan County Senior Center. I'm also the school social worker for Foothills, and we're looking for students right now. Our enrollment is down due to COVID, and but we are meeting in person or offering virtual classes for students who want to come to school and finish and get a high school diploma. We're proud of one of our students who is participating in dual enrollment with Athens Tech in their welding program. They did an evaluation when they brought down their demonstration truck is what I'll call it. And he scored really high on the welding demonstration. So we have gotten him into that program, and we were looking for him to successfully finish that program. And for those who don't know, hopefully most know, but we're doing a weekly food box giveaway through, it was through the Ministers Union, now it's through the Morgan County Food Pantry, I think is what it's changed to. But anyone who needs a box of food can pick that up on Saturday mornings from 11 to 12 or until they run out at the old middle school off of Pearl Street. There's no paperwork to fill out or anything. They just drive through and they put a box in their car for them. If anyone wants to make a donation, we can let you know how to do that or know about someone that could provide food or help. We're also looking for volunteers every Saturday, I think from 10 till about 12 most weeks. But that's something that's being offered to the community as well. And that's it for me.
Okay, thanks for sharing, Pam. A lot of information that you shared. Thanks so much. And just be sure to make sure your information is typed in the chat box in case anyone has any questions for you later. We now have Miss Lorica Hill-Bostic. I think that's how you pronounce your name. Correct me if I'm wrong. Good morning.
Yes, ma'am. I'm sorry. I was trying to unmute and I have a little one on the side here crying.
Okay.
Yes, I am Larissa Hill-Bostic. I am with the ATCC Mugget Circuit Adult Treatment Court Collaboration. We do specialize in just assisting individuals in the community that suffer with substance abuse issues, mental illnesses, and those that may have committed crimes in society. The benefits of our program is that we are increasing the safety and security for our shareholders in the community by reducing the population as far as custody and jail. So what we do with our program, we provide each of our individuals with different interventions ranging from CBI, MRT, just any type of treatment that just places them in a better position within the community. Right now we're serving over 150 participants. We have 30 in our North Circuit, which consists of Morgan County, Greene County, as well as Jasper County. Again, we do treatment. Right now, we are conducting everything via Zoom. However, we are still utilizing our in-person urinalysis. So we do have each of our participants to come in at least twice a week to do those urinalysis tests, just to kind of keep, just to make sure that they're not using, because that's the point of the program, is to just kind of help them with their recovery while in the community. So that's it. That's what we do here at ATCC.
Okay, thank you so much for sharing that information. I'm going to ask Bobby Hildreth if he has any updates that he would like to share at this time.
Thank you, Veldy. Enjoyed getting the updates from the collaborative members this morning. Just wanted to make sure that, and I'll post my email address and cell number. Just want to make sure that the collaborative members who are assisting with utility bills, if they have any problems, I just want to make sure they're using our portal, number one, to make that process easier. And secondly, if they ever have any kind of trouble with the portal or any kind of help I can provide, I'm going to leave my contact information so I can help solve any issues like that. But that's really all I have. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, Bobby, for sharing. I'm going to ask Olivia with the Sheriff Department if she has anything she would like to add. I know Stephanie said she was having some technical difficulties. I want to see if Olivia is able to give us some updates from the Sheriff Department as well. Give her a second so she can log in. Okay. If not, Olivia, if you can chime in a little bit later, we can come back to you. Now I'm going to go to Amanda Hawk. Let's see if Amanda has anything she would like to add this morning from our First Steps program. Okay, I'm going to go over to Stephanie, and this Stephanie does not have a last name, but it's just Stephanie on the screen. So I'm going to ask if Stephanie has anything she would like to add. Go ahead, Stephanie. Okay, I'm not hearing you. I'm not hearing you. So we can come back to you if you're able to get logged in. I'm going to go to Anthony Ivy.
Hi, good morning, everybody. Can you hear me?
Good morning. Yes, we can.
Good morning. My name is Anthony Ivy. I'm the Community Relations Coordinator with WellCare Health Plan. We're one of the 4 health plans for Georgia's Medicaid Peach Care for Kids and Planet for Healthy Babies members. WellCare is still hosting several virtual activities during the month of September. September 16th, which is tomorrow, from 4 p.m. to 5 p.m., I'll be hosting a virtual story time. On September 19th, from 12 to 1, there'll be another virtual story time as well. And then also on September 24th, I'll be hosting a soup series. Well, basically, I'll be hosting a cooking class from 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. I'll share this information with Veldy. Also, Ms. Karen Robertson, I'll be reaching out to you directly as well, too, so that we can work together on doing some virtual activities with the Boys and Girls Club in Madison.
Sounds great. Thanks so much for sharing, Anthony.
Thank you.
Let me see who's next on my screen here that hasn't shared. Donna Brown. I think Donna's also with the Boys and Girls Club. I'm going to ask if she has anything she would like to add.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Donna Brown, and I am the Program Director for the Madison Boys and Girls Club, along with Ms. Karen Robertson. And I would just like to say that I am glad you're on board with this program. And I just chimed in, so I'm not sure. I would have to listen. I'm driving, so on my way to work. So thank you for having me.
Okay, thank you so much, Donna, for that update, and drive carefully. Okay, I think that's everyone. I don't think I've missed anyone. If I did miss you, then call on you if you would unmute yourself and jump in now. Brittany Lowry saying that her microphone is having issues this morning. But if you all have a chat, and I mean, if you all would chat, if you're unable to join, please put your information in the chat box so that we can share it with the group later.
Veldy, could I share one more thing real quick?
Sure, sure.
I wasn't really prepared to share today, but I just want to piggyback on what Pam Benford said with Foothills. We do have, in Morgan, we're meeting in person and enrollment's down. Foothills is free, and we're looking for 9th through 12th graders who want to finish their high school diploma. They do have to start 9th grade first at a traditional high school, but we're open to any students 9th through 12th grade. In the Morgan site, we also have a site in Green. I believe that's virtual right now, but Walton has a site, Barrow. You know, Foothills is a great opportunity for a lot of kids who just can't go to school during the day, or who need to work or have children or whatever. And we also have a virtual site opening in October. So Foothills is open, and we would love to have students who need to finish that high school diploma. So if you want any more information, you can get in touch with me or Pam or Davis Bell, Roy Morris, our site directors in Morgan. We would love to help any students who need to finish that high school diploma. Okay.
Okay, thanks so much for sharing, Michelle.
Okay.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Okay, is there anyone else before I turn it back over to Leanne? I had several people to say that their mic is wasn't working for whatever reason, so they weren't able to share. But if you would share in the chat box, and we'll make sure we get that information out to our partners. But that's all that I have, Leanne. It's back in your hands.
Okay, thank you, Veldy, and thank you to everybody. Such great information, and I hope that you all will follow up with each other and get connected. Sounds like some great synergy this morning, and that really is our point, right? That's why we're here. So I'm just really honored to be a part of this opportunity. We will have our next meeting, and I'm kind of guessing here that it will be a virtual one, but we'll, make that decision maybe closer to that October 15th date. But that is our date for the next collaborative meeting. It will be at 9 a.m. Veldy will be sending out our information, letting us know how we're gonna handle that meeting, but we will be having Sherry Terrell Alexander with the Madison Morgan Community Food Pantry as our agency spotlight. So again, another great opportunity to hear about an organization that can help our families in our community. So hopefully you'll join us then. And reach out to Veldy. She's great at disseminating information to the community between meetings. So if you have things going on, things that come up that you want to share, be sure to get that to her, and she will share that out. So again, thank you all for attending. We can officially adjourn our meeting this morning, and everyone take care and look after your neighbor. And just reach out if we can be of assistance to you all. So Veldy, anything else?
That's it. Thank you all so much. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank y'all.